everyone, and welcome to another episode of New Generation Youth on the Move, organized by Women in Management in collaboration with Daily Mirror Online. So, today we have with us a very interesting person, Timetma Algama, who is a final year student of AOD, which happens to be my own college. So, I'm very pleased to interview her actually. So, hi, why don't you introduce yourself first?
So I'm Timetma Agama and I went to Lyceum International School, Vattala. I'm currently studying at AOD, third year final student. So my favorite extracurricular activities were dancing and girl guiding. So dancing actually gave me balance in life, and also it showed me to be okay with winning as well as losing. And guiding, it actually gave me balance to actually be okay with communities and social statuses, no matter where the person is or what social status where this person is, to always respect them for who they are. And I'm 20 years old. Yeah.
So do you still continue dancing or?
I want to actually, but
Ah.
with the third year work and everything, I'm actually
Very true.
busy. Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting enough, I found out that she's actually from my hometown as well. So moving on. So you being a third year student in fashion designing in AOD, what made you choose in fashion designing?
So basically, I actually followed science stream in college, in school, and I saw that I always thought in different perspectives, and my perspectives always combined science and design together. So I thought it will do justice to my perspectives, and that's why I chose.
That's a
fashion
very
designing.
interesting intake. So, what do you see as a future of fashion designing in Sri Lanka as well as globally?
So basically, talking about Sri Lanka fashion designing, I think Sri Lanka has a lot of resources where we don't see it or use it. And by myself, throughout second year, third year, I've been always communicating with local artisans. So I wanted to always take things from local to an international level, and we have the potential of competing with international brands, but we don't do it even though we have resources. So I think we need to actually find the resource in Sri Lanka and take the full use of it. So I've been working on a lot of projects with local artisans, and I think they need a hand as well to brand themselves. So I think that is what I think about.
So, I suppose you're doing something similar in collaboration with our local artisans for
Yes.
your final project as well?
Yes, I am.
That's very interesting. So, looking forward to that. And also, how do you think of entrepreneurship in Sri Lanka?
Entrepreneurship is, personally my view, entrepreneurship, when you start up your own brand, or entrepreneurship is always balancing your own thing and taking your own responsibility. I would rather not like to work under someone. I would always want to do my own thing, and what I believe is you do something fast, fail fast and learn fast. Something that you could always go back and think you did something like this and you would never do it again. So from entrepreneurship, it's your own stand, your own startup, your own responsibility, and you learn a lot of things by doing it, and a lot of advantages to yourself. So personally, when I was in lockdown, I started a small startup because I just wanted to, and I just started. So I got few orders and it went all good, but paused it because of the finals, and I couldn't continue it. But throughout the business, what I learned was, it was how you have to manage customers by your own self. There was no one to help me, and I had to talk to my mother, take her to the print shop, and go through a lot of things because it was my own thing and I had to go through it. So with all that, I think entrepreneurship is the new era, and I don't think our generation would like to work under anyone. So yeah.
So yeah, so basically you're looking forward to working on your own or
Yes.
straight out of college, or would you?
I would work under someone for some time so that I get experience, and then I would go to my own brand, and yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So moving on, so currently our youth are facing a lot of backlash on social media,
Yeah.
and we are being blamed for various different things, especially in Sri Lanka. So how would you? What's your intake on that, and how would you tackle that problem?
So me myself, I see a lot of people, social media is somewhere you put on a lot of opinions in there, and I myself gives opinion to myself, but I don't show it to the public, and we have no right to publicize a opinion or insult anyone when we don't know the sides of the story. There is always two sides of the story, and we need to always be very careful when we are insulting or when we are opinioning something, because we never know what it is. And I think social media should be used very wisely. And if you take other countries and our country itself, if there are good entrepreneurs, what would they do? They would always get inspired by the influencers or the things that is going through social media. Me myself, I am inspired from a lot of accounts for my collections, and there are so many things to learn in social media other than bullying or insulting or going through the wrong roads. So I think you have to use it wisely.
Yeah, it's a matter of going forward in the right direction
Yes.
and using it in a correct way.
Yeah.
So, and in your future, like as a family life, or like, what's your take on yourself as in the future?
You mean marriage and
yeah,
so marriage is of course a personal choice, and I would rather stand on my feet than marrying someone. And I always want someone who can support my system, not that I have to be dependent on anyone. I would make my own living. I don't want a man or a husband to give me a living. So but as everyone says, love is something which happens, it's automatic, but marriage is purely your choice. And I would probably be single, not married.
so there are so many challenges that comes our way, like as entrepreneurs, sorry. So what do you think of these challenges, and how do you think you would tackle it?
So naming some of the challenges, so you always have to have the time management when there is an online order coming and they pay you before. And one of the things is they pay you beforehand, at least advance, and then you have to be ready by the date or the time. So within the course of the day or within the course of the 5 days you promise them, you have to be done with work. Even if it's a funeral at home, you have to be very cautious on how you're handling the customer. And also one thing is, no matter how genuine you are or how open you are to the customer, some might take it for granted. So they might get the design, they might use it for their benefit and also not pay sometimes, or sometimes block you. And so there are a lot of challenges in that way, and I think I managed okay pretty well with them as for now, but looking forward to many more challenges in that.
Yeah, that's very true. As in, so I'm a freelancer myself, so I also do have so many challenges in the past few years of experience. So in terms of financial wise, how would you take, say, like, so many people think that entrepreneurs start up with their parents' money, and there are so many talks about it, and people, try to put us down. So what's your take on that?
I started my my business as well with my parents' investment. So, but it's okay to start your. My perspective is me taking my mother as an example. Is she's okay with whatever I do. She's like, you do whatever you want, because there should be something that you'll learn by yourself if you try on things. So she always gave me freedom to try anything I want, and this is something I tried, and I don't think I failed on it. I actually did something, and I earned quite a little number of amount. And she makes fun of me saying, mage salli වලින් you make this and all that, and it's how it is. You have to cope up with it. But I think those are the small challenges that you will add in to your life when you're an entrepreneur, and you will always remember them, and the things that you have to do in the future, and how you have to overcome the challenges. And also the investment, of course, you will always look after your parents, and you will always give them back. And I think you have to take everything in a positive aspect to learn about it in a way that it will help your life go in the move. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So, what about in terms of in a vast scale, in the sense like, so you spoke about how your parents are supportive of you, but what's your take on, say, someone else coming up to you and talking about investments or anything, like, say, in future, like if at all you have to start up on your own and make your brand go global, or say even well recognized in the country, what's your take on that aspect of investment?
How I will face it.
Yeah.
So building a brand is not that easy as we think. It's a lot of work, dedication, and actually you have to love the process. No matter what it is, you have to love the process on building a brand. So the basement of the brand is not the money. It's always the knowledge you get from whatever you do, or the perspectives of other people. Because just because you want to build a brand and you built it doesn't mean you can give it to a global platform and say, hey, I made a brand and take it. They would not do that. You always have to have a USP to it, and you need to have something different to show on the world that this is something different I did. And I think you have to look at it at least. And there can be a lot of failures. You can go through frustration or depression or a lot of things, but still it's always a try, and always to love the process while you do it.
So there's a lot of talk going on about gender equality these days, like girls should be doing this, boys should be doing that, and various opinions being passed around on social media and wherever. So what's your take on that?
So in Sri Lanka, as a value system went, women was in the kitchen. You have to do the housework, cook, and you can't work. As the man, I'll get you money, clothes, everything. But I feel like, what if we work as well? I mean, just because they work, they can give us money, true, but why do we have to be dependent? Even if we are women, we have the capacity to do work and feel good about ourselves. And I am not saying that housewives are not feeling good for themselves, but I think, as a perspective, my mother, if I take her as an example, she works, she cooks, she does everything at the same time, and it's nice to see someone like that. It's genuinely making you happy. As a child who was born with a lot of, because I was the first child at my home, and I had a lot of luxuries, and I was always in the comfort zone. I never saw the responsibility a mother holds or what she does around the house. But when I'm growing up, in the process of growing up, I saw how much of a burden she has. But still, she loves the process of working and going to an office and, collaborating with the brands or talking and all that. So I feel my genuine perspective is, I think men and women should always have the equal rights to do what they prefer. If a woman likes to stay at home and cook, that's purely their choice. But no one should prison her that you have to stay inside the house. I think in our generation there will be no housewives, because everyone has their own potential to go forward and work for themselves and earn a living for themselves, and they would like to always be like, I bought this from my own money, not from my husband's or not from my mother's or anyone, but you feel it for yourself. So I think everyone should have their equality, no matter of the gender. And yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And also, say now you're in your final year and you're about to graduate. So, having a qualification and moving forward in life, so obviously you'll start working once you're out of college. So, what do you say? Would you join a company and work? And do you think everyone should join a company and work, or what if someone wants to start on their own straight out of college? What's your intake on that?
I think no one needs qualifications. All the people who went on higher positions, they don't have big qualifications. They have the amount of knowledge they need in their life, and the challenges, the drawbacks they went in life. So I think you don't need a qualification to start your own startup or go forward in life. The only thing you need to have is trust in yourself, and at least handful of people who will give you a push when you are falling back. And in my perspective, I don't think just because you have a qualification you will get a place in a job or wherever you want, or an entrepreneurship, and no one is going to ask you how much of grades you get or how much of a qualification you have. It's always how you treat people, how you are honest with your customers or wherever you work. And that is, I don't think a degree can give you any of those. That is which comes out of your self.
Okay, so what would you, what do you say, like how would you tell the current youth generation of Sri Lanka, like any advice you would give them, or like in terms of fashion or even general terms, like
Yeah,
what's
so
your...
one thing I want to tell is, I think we need to, we are in Sri Lanka and we need to always buy or restyle our own clothes in Sri Lanka. We as youth generation, we go to an app, we go to an online store and we buy things from other countries. Why can't we use our own clothes materials or something which is our resources? Because foreigners, tourists, they love our work and they love our designs, and why not we use it and show them that we are proud of it, right? So what I am always telling to my friends as well, use your own creativeness to make your clothes. And also the other thing is, you need, even if it's a woman or a man, you need to always stand by your side, by your feet. No one is perfect, and now as the prevailing situation, I think imperfection is the new perfect. So I believe in that, and I want to tell that everyone deserves to be wherever they want to.
That's great. So finally, would you say that Sri Lanka has a great place globally in terms of fashion designing?
Yes, we do have a place, but we need a little good amount of minds to go there. I'm sure we can compete with a lot of international brands. So yeah.
Yeah, so that was very interesting and it was really nice talking to you. So, all the best in your future
Thank
and
you.
also in your final year.
Thanks a lot.
And so, we hope you all enjoyed this episode of New Generation Youth on the Move, which is part of Women in Management in collaboration with Daily Mirror.